Today headlines. Great opportunities for Vietnam's semiconductor industry. And government urges actions to improve air quality. Hello, you're watching Today Headlines. On Wednesday evening, receiving Ambassador of the Republic of Austria, Philip Agathonous, at the start of his term of office in Vietnam, Prime Minister Phie affirmed that Vietnam always attaches importance to consolidating and enhancing friendly and cooperative relations with Austria. He also thanked the Austrian government for providing ODA to Vietnam. The Prime Minister suggested that the two sides promote trade and investment exchanges, cooperation in science and technology, culture and artistic exchanges, education and training, and requested Austria grant more scholarship to Vietnamese students. During a meeting with Skoda Auto Chair Klaus Gelmer, Prime Minister Phie welcomed the inauguration of the Thành Công Việt Hưng Automobile Factory, where the first Skoda models in Vietnam are being produced. This milestone marks a new economic and investment cooperation phase between Vietnam and the Czech Republic. The Prime Minister encouraged both sides to increase localization, utilize Vietnamese workers and materials, and develop a domestic automotive ecosystem. He also emphasized the importance of technology transfer, human resource training, and supply chain integration to enhance Vietnam's global competitiveness into the auto industry. In response, Skoda Chair affirmed the company's commitment to Vietnam, expressing hopes to expand into the Southeast Asian market through this collaboration. Before a chip is integrated into a computer, phone, or car, it must undergo a crucial step, testing, which determines whether it meets quality standards. This is one of the final stages in the semiconductor production chain. In Vietnam, despite many operational factories, few domestic enterprises are capable of handling this process. More to follow.
This is the first Vietnamese-owned enterprise among the 7 packaging and testing factories in Vietnam. The decision to invest in 3 semiconductor assembly, testing, and packaging factories was based on 2 key factors: policy and resources.
This is a strategic and sustainable direction, as the global market increasingly relies on Vietnam's role in this industry.
Experts say Vietnam has an advantage in semiconductor development, particularly in packaging and testing, compared to neighboring countries. To compete, Vietnam should focus on advanced packaging, a set of multi-chip packaging techniques allowing quicker market entry.
Training engineers in these skills will make it easier to develop semiconductor production in the future and attract investment more effectively.
Resolution 57's policies, including tax incentives, credit, finance, and land support, drive businesses to invest confidently. The goal is to have 5 Vietnamese companies capable of providing international standard packaging and testing services by 2030.
We hope that bold and effective policies are matched by decisive implementation. Only then can we achieve real results.
The semiconductor industry is a key pillar of Resolution 57 for high-tech development in Vietnam. However, progress will remain stagnant without a clear, unified policy. Vietnam risks staying a low-cost land rental hub rather than achieving its goal of developing technology and supply chains and becoming a regional supply center.
FPT Corporation officially launched its High-Tech Research and Development Center and the first semiconductor research facility at Software Park No. 2 on March 27 in Da Nang City. The center will focus on developing 100% Vietnamese technology products with an expected output of 10 new products annually. The launch of this high-tech research and semiconductor center is a significant step toward developing strategic technologies such as artificial intelligence and semiconductor chips in alignment with Resolution 57. This initiative aims to establish Da Nang as a hub for the semiconductor industry. Vietnam is making strides to establish a legal framework for centralized cryptocurrency exchanges to better manage the blockchain and crypto access market. Currently, about 60% of cryptocurrency transactions in the country are conducted on centralized exchanges. International experts suggest that to effectively regulate these platforms, Vietnam needs a clear, comprehensive legal framework and enhance public awareness. The government is also advised to strengthen interagency cooperation and apply advanced monitoring technologies to prevent illegal activities. According to blockchain analytic firm Chain Analysts, Vietnam has been consistently ranked among the top 5 countries globally for cryptocurrency adoptions, with over $120 billion in crypto access flowing into the country over the past 2 years. From April 1st, e-commerce platforms, including foreign and digital platforms with payment functions, will have to deduct and pay taxes for business households and individuals. Recently, the tax department has worked with the Vietnam E-commerce Association, VTVcom, to obtain opinions on the applicable business process and clarify problems related to the responsibility and tax obligations of business households and individuals, especially tax declarations and refunds. Previously, VTVcom proposed postponing the applications of the regulations to July 1st of this year. Coming up next, government urges actions to improve air quality. And Vietnam expands social welfare to reduce poverty. Amid growing concerns over air pollution, government leaders are calling for urgent measures to restore air quality, particularly in Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City. At a high-level meeting on Thursday, Deputy Prime Minister Trần Hồng Hà emphasized the need for a comprehensive assessment of air pollution based on international standards. He urged authorities to identify pollution sources and use scientific data to propose effective solutions protecting public health. Representatives from ministries and local agencies stressed that major cities must take decisive actions, focusing on reducing emissions from traffic and implementing clear action plans with specific targets to combat pollution. Deputy Prime Minister Mai Văn-Chính on March 27 chaired a meeting to address difficulties in accelerating this year's disbursement of public investment capital in the 5 Central Highlands provinces, Gia Lai, Kon Tum, Đắk Lắk, Đắk Nông, and Lâm Đồng. The Deputy Prime Minister acknowledged and praised the efforts of these provinces, which have allocated nearly all the funds assigned by the central government in the first 3 months of the year. This year, the state budget has allocated over 25.8 trillion Vietnam dong, or over $1 billion for public investment in these 5 provinces. The Central Highlands provinces are implementing extensive social welfare policies under the Sustainable Poverty Reduction Program. These include essential support for healthcare, education, and basic living conditions, helping improve the quality of life for ethnic communities. And with these initiatives, multi-generational families can achieve long-term stability. Haven family struggle financially with 3 siblings still in school. A monthly allowance from the government provides crucial support, allowing her to continue her education. Over the past 3 years, millions of US dollars from the Poverty Reduction Program have improved schools' infrastructure, benefiting more than 60,500 students.
The school helps her with financial support, making it easier to stay in school without worrying about dropping out.
With government funding for poverty reduction, we now have better infrastructure. Teachers must work closely with parents and students to maximize those resources.
In Đắk Nông, Hồng has received free healthcare for years. Recently, electronic health insurance integration has made medical services even more accessible.
With my insurance card, I can get treatment at the local health center or provincial hospital without worrying about costs.
The authorities are committed to effectively implementing national policies to improve the well-being of ethnic communities.
While livelihood support helps raise incomes, substantial investment in social services through the National Poverty Reduction Programs are accelerating poverty alleviation in Đắk Nông. The province's poverty rate is declining by 2.7% annually, with poverty decreasing at an even faster rate of 6.81% per year. Ho Chi Minh City is set to begin construction of Metro Line 2 this December. Next month, relevant agencies will finalize converting the funding source from ODA, Official Development Assistance, to public investment. The city aims to accelerate procedural approvals for the remaining 6 metro lines and set a target to commence construction by 2027. The plan is to build 355 kilometers of metro lines within the next 10 years. As for Metro Line 1, which is already in operation, the city plans to develop a retail chain along the metro route. This business model, successfully implemented internationally, aims to serve passengers and boost the retail sector. Hanoi's tourism sector is booming in 2025, with visitor numbers reaching 7.3 million in the first quarter, an 8.7% increase from last year. The City Department of Tourism reports this surge has generated revenue of over $1.17 billion, marking an 11.3% rise from the same period last year. To maintain this momentum, Hanoi has launched its Get On Hanoi 2025 campaign aimed at boosting both domestic and international tourism. The city is also refining its tourism strategies to be more focused and professional. And now, as usual, let's continue with the weather forecast. And that's it for today's headlines. To rewatch our program, you can log on to VTVgo.vn or download our mobile application VTVgo. Thanks for watching and goodbye for now.